Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and we're going to talk about Alan Dershowitz, the 10,000 pages of Epstein documents that we've been waiting to be released, a court hearing on Friday that nobody's talking about, and an example, a glaring example, if you will, how the narrative is controlled and how this new technopoly is digitally manipulating information and where and when we can see it. You're going to see all of that right now. So, as you guys know, I've been wondering, where are these documents? Where are the documents? I thought on December 5th we were going to have a court hearing and it was going to be ruled on, and I figured that the media was going to be all over it. Instead, I didn't hear anything about it. And I saw this posted, and right here, this is from September. These documents never came out, all right? And we got 2,000 pages. However, right here, December 3rd, it's reported that Dershowitz seeks to bring unknown sketchy dude into defamation case. Now, if you've been following what I've been talking about with, what's his name, Kessler, and it wasn't his real name. Patrick Kessler was an alias, and he said he had photographs and video, and I've been very skeptical of anything that was supposedly digitally distributed at all. I think that Epstein was probably smart enough to keep just analog hard copies of these things, because I think overall he understood once anything is digital and put on a device, played on a device, okay, that has internet access, there is a risk of that then being intercepted, taken, hacked, whatever you want to call it, and then used, okay? That's how I feel about it. Now, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm kooky-roo. But we know he was using analog tapes in New York in the late 90s, and he had them manned, according to Maria Farmer, excuse me, and that he kept those tapes in the safe. Now, in the New York mansion, what did they find in the safe? Well, she said he kept passports there. They found a passport with a Saudi Arabian address and a fake name. That matched her story. She said he kept cash in there. Cash, that matched her story. Jewelry, they said they found jewelry. That matched her story. They didn't say anything about tapes. They didn't say anything about tapes. Now, I want to show you something here. Okay? Dershowitz looks to strike false line of the Epstein case. Harvard professor Alan Dershowitz told a New York federal judge Friday that a scandalous insinuate blah, blah, blah. So here it is. This is in the defamation case. Like I told you, there was a hearing. And this was published on December 9th. Note that date. Now, I originally found it because I've been looking everywhere for anything. I was just trying to find anything Dershowitz related with this case over the weekend. Now, let me show you what I did find. Okay? Alan Dershowitz. Epstein smears kept me out of testifying. Newsmax. Every once in a while they do something good. Not so great here. Not so great. See, now I'm going to show you how it's the Alan Dershowitz apology tour. What do I mean? Well, there's talks now, breaking news, I'm going to show you this, where Alan Dershowitz might represent Donald Trump in the impeachment hearings. Do you see how these people are all intertwined and compromised? Do you get it? Do you not get it? Now I'm going to show you some digital manipulation and how the press is focusing now on Dershowitz and his opinions on impeachment. They're gearing him up. You get it? Now they're propping him up as a hero for Trump. So those that are blinded by this false left-right system, okay, they start playing team baseball again with a guy like Dershowitz. Let me explain how this works. When you are a part of or a high-level minion for the predator class, you don't get prosecuted. You get promoted. Okay? You get pushed. You get elevated. They like vermin like that. Okay? So now we're going to go over a lot of things Dershowitz. And remember, Dershowitz also worked his way into the Assange case. There's an enigma to Dershowitz. So if you go by date, just type in Dershowitz, okay? I'm going to show you how the narrative is completely manipulated. Where is this? Is this, by the way? Where is it now? But you'll see it. It's in the last hour. So let's see. You have to go all the way back for the Dershowitz defamation spat to December 2nd to see Law 360 just alone. You understand? So now you can't even find that article. By the way, it's behind a weird paywall. So if anybody, listen, I tried to get the free week, but I guess if you don't have a non-free email, like I don't have a non-free email, I don't have like a Spectrum email or any of that nonsense. I've never signed up for it. I'd never use it. And I couldn't get access. It wouldn't take my 2 email addresses, so I didn't sign up. So if anyone wants to get me access to this full article, by the way, that's where I need your help. But it's almost like it doesn't exist. Representative Meadows, Dershowitz should be added to the Trump team. So they want to now hire Donald Trump. So that's not what they're focusing on. And Dershowitz is saying fails to meet constitutional requirements. So let's see. Trump. Let's see. Oh, and this is also on the Trump nationality thing. Signing that into law. I mean, anything that's going to somehow shield a nation state from criticism is not a good thing. And it's dangerous. Hate speech laws are dangerous. And I know Kushner wrote an article about it. In fact, we're going to talk about what Dershowitz says here, because he combines some truth with a lot of falsehoods. So let's break this down really quick. This is the kind of guy you're dealing with Dershowitz. This is how he's shady.
Remarkable how little history people know and how little they're prepared to learn about something as tragic as that. And the result is these false analogies all over the place. Everybody's compared to Hitler. Everybody's compared to the Holocaust. Israel defending itself against Gaza rockets. Oh, they're Nazis. Anybody who compares Trump or anybody else to Hitler essentially is a Holocaust denier.
Let's stop. So what he's saying here is that anybody who compares anybody else to Hitler is a Holocaust denier. Now, just in general, because Hitler is a historical figure that rose to power, you're going to have to be able to compare other rises to power of other powerful people to him. So that in itself, on the lowest of levels, is a falsehood. Now, let's get into bigger things. Hitler kills a lot of people. Now, U.S. policy over the years has killed a lot of people. A lot of people. And you look at the war machine in the Middle East, and you look at the Israeli policies that not only enable them, but promote them and produce propaganda with them. This is the Anglo-American, Israeli, Saudi power structure that we are seeing overtake all of Eurasia. Full spectrum dominance. So on that level, it's false. Now, to call Trump Hitler, I think, is ridiculous. At the same time, he hasn't de-escalated the wars as he's promised. He's allowed that same machine to keep going and going and going. All right? So anybody who thinks that there's, a superhero coming, I want to let you know that's not what's happening. So let's go back here. Surely we're going to be able to find this article from 2 days ago that I still haven't been able to read what exactly was said at this juncture where I assumed we'd find out about the 10,000 pages. Okay? No? Okay, so 1 page is down. After all, the media's had almost a week to pick up on it. 5 days. It's Wednesday. You think, okay, so impeachment memo, impeachment, okay, House Intelligence, impeachment. Okay, that's a day ago. Okay. The article's from 2 days ago, so we'll get there, right? And other media outlets will actually, okay, Newsmax. Oh, so now Newsmax again. He's on the Trump impeachment tour. He's on all these podcasts, the dangers of false accusations. He's a victim. Let's continue this, by the way.
Because what they're saying, well, there were no gas chambers, there was no Auschwitz, there was no plan to kill.
They minimize it by default.
They minimize it by default. So again, comparing Hitler, a historical figure, to anybody is being a Holocaust denier, according to Dershowitz's own words. Pretty wild. That's a pretty wild statement, Alan.
By default, by comparing it, they minimize it. To say that anything that happened since then is comparable to the Holocaust, and certainly to compare the American political system to anything that happened in the Holocaust, is just outrageous.
You mean like going into a place like Afghanistan and Iraq without a mission anymore? I mean, you look at the Afghanistan papers, we're 18 years deep. And imperializing a nation, imprisoning them, torturing many of them at sites like Guantanamo Bay and other black sites, Abu Ghraib. There's nothing comparable, Alan? Are you out of your mind? These are the people we're dealing with. So let's go back, because, I mean, we got to be able to find that article, right? Right? Let's see, Democrats. More Democrats. Where's that Law 360 article? Oh, we're 2 days ago now. Where is it? I mean, I found it a couple days ago. Where'd it go? Legal, insurrection. Okay, now, see, they're talking about Trump. No, that's not it. Hot air, no. So nobody else picks up the story. Nobody else covering it. It's behind a paywall. Newsmax, now we're 3 days ago. It's completely scrubbed from the Google archive. All right? It's not even there. Look, if I type in Dershowitz and Law 360, we get to a week ago. Clearly, this article is not from a week ago. You tell me. Can somebody please get this? Anybody? You know, you can look at you can actually see the URL in high def, so don't tell me that I've kept it from you. I don't keep URLs from anybody. If you want the URL, take a screenshot. High def, baby. We do it live. So, guys, I mean, I don't know what else to say. You know, we're in a dangerous time where narratives are being spun, where people believe in superheroes, where they don't understand the predator class helps one another, where a guy like Dershowitz, who's involved heavily with a guy like Epstein, even beyond being his lawyer, is now going to defend the president against his impeachment. This is 2020 coming up, baby. That's all I can say. I don't know what else to say. Guys, if you like what you see, thumbs the video up, share with others. Subscribe if you're new to the game. This is the Burmis Brigade. We're trying to hit to 40K, 50K, 100K, not get thrown off the platform. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture are all films that you can watch free on this channel over in the documentaries playlist section. For how much longer, you never know. But I'm doing it 3 to 7 times a day. And I got to tell you, on top of that, we're going to show you another narrative that's being hidden later tonight, and that is the Conor McGregor narrative. So if you don't know about that, get ready, because that's coming up next. And I want to tell you guys, we're working hard here. We did 26 videos in 24 hours in light of the new terms of service. It was supposed to be 24, but I got some bonus material in there. I think out of that, at least 20 plus were interviews. So great material. That's also in the playlist section. Go check it out right now. 24 in 24. There's actually 26 videos in there. And if you like my stuff, I mean, I'm doing it for free, guys. I'm working hard. I'm trying to put out good content. That's not just, you know, shitty run-of-the-mill, I'm sitting here playing a video game for you kind of stuff. You know, I'm into the material. I'm into the guests. I want a real conversation, and hopefully you guys do too. So $5, $10, $15, it means the world to me. It's how I keep it alive. I absolutely love you guys. If you guys can get beyond that left-right paradigm, that false nonsense they're using to control everybody, and see the big picture, we can get so much farther. I love you, and I'll see you on the flip side.